Okay, awesome. So this is the manager to director conversation where we're going to talk a little bit more specifically around how to help some of your people rank to managers so you guys become directors, but also so that they really start to build as well. So, Raylene, I'm just going to put you in the waiting room. Okay, perfect. And now I have on some of our managers, which is amazing. So I don't know if you have questions now. We want to just shift hats a little bit towards helping your people become manager. Just let me know if you guys have any questions around that.
Yeah, true.
Good morning, Pamela.
Good morning.
Hi.
The one of the questions is how do we encourage them to the point where they actually see the vision for manager and to increase? Because they're all happy using the product and they're going to manager, definitely. But when you kind of look at it and go, well, how could we get there in a week or 2 weeks? That doesn't enter their head. Their direction is going to manager. So I'm thinking, okay, what have I done? What am I doing wrong? What is the difference? And they won't plug in. I've given them every lead to plug into meetings. And and in all honesty, some are working, some have got children, and they're getting them off to school at this time of the morning and things like that. So I hear that. I send them all the replays of everything. And some of them say to me, well, I just don't have time to sit down and watch that. And I'm thinking, well, guys, you need to. You seriously need to, because you're not going to get the vision or the enthusiasm to push through. So,
well, you are bringing up some really good points. What we're always looking for in terms of energy is hunger, absolutely, in terms of where you invest your energy. And so that would be one thing. While they don't have it yet, you sometimes need to, again, put your energy somewhere else, which we're going to be talking about that strategy as leaders, where to invest your energy. Sue has just said it, and we believe exactly the same. The first thing I would do before we even get on a call with their friends is get me on a call with them. And again, just 15 minutes. So you say, love to introduce you to Vanessa. She's been really helping me, but she actually would love to just see how you're going on the patches and if you have any questions. What you're going to do on that call is, we're not going to treat them yet like a person that wants to share or a person that wants to build. You're just making connection. And so in that call, you can literally make it as simple as, hey, can we schedule a follow-up call? Since you've been patching for a few weeks, Vanessa would really love to hear your experience, because we love real-time feedback. And what that call is going to do is just allow them to actually have that opportunity to connect, where another voice might ask them the same question you're asking them, which is, do you have anyone else that we can share with? But if I ask it, sometimes I'll have someone else help me with that sometimes. And I've said the same thing 10 times to them, but with another person on the call, it just allows them to go, oh yeah, actually I do have someone. And in that call, we're discerning we're strong enough leaders. So are you, because you're going to do this for other people as well, like your guys that are ready to build, your girls that are ready to build. And really what you're just going to do is, you'll be discerning enough to know which way to go based on the energy that they bring to that call. So that's our absolute strategy for helping people who are not quite ready at least be exposed to someone. They might never watch a video, they might never get on a call, but at least they know there's someone else curious about their journey.
Okay, good.
Yeah. So what I can do is, I'll give you some time slots, and in those time slots, some options of like between this hour and this hour, and then you can just say, hey, one of our team loves to get real-time feedback on people that are patching. I'll send you the script even for that. If you can message me and say, can you send me the script for getting my patching people on a three-way call? And so I'll do that. And I'll also put it into our resources. Then I'll send you some time slots. And if you just say, do you have any time between this time or this time? And then they can choose. But you don't ask them if they're willing. You just say, she'd love to do it. Does this time or this time work? And if they're not willing, they'll turn around and they'll say no. They don't want to, and that's fine too. But then you're going to even kind of put them energy-wise just at a lower level in terms of where you invest your energy.
Yeah, true. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good way to good way to discern what's going on. Yeah, thank you.
That's okay. It'll be awesome. I'm excited, and we love hearing stories. And you know, you never know. One of them might tell a story, and we might say, "Well, could you be on a testimony call?" And all of a sudden, you just kind of nudge them towards involvement. Like the other day, we brought a girl on. She's already running with the business, but I said, would you share your testimony? This would be so encouraging. And that was the first information call she'd ever been on. She hadn't even seen one. And so I love that because it's just other ways to invite them into community without feeling like they've got to watch a million things and be committed to all this stuff.
Yeah, I think that's what a couple have said. There's so much you've got to do. I said, but actually that's not true. There's nothing you have to do except find 4 people and, you know, show them the patches, and that's it. And they said, well, you're on this and you're on that. And I'm saying, well, yes, because I'm learning, so I can also put extra help into you guys as well. I said, because you've got to remember, I started off and you all signed up. I hadn't even had any idea of what was happening, but now I do. And that's the only reason why I'm doing that. But I have my uplines that are helping me all the way. And I don't have to create meetings or anything like that. I think that's what they're thinking. Because the one point I haven't thought about when I did this, I went after people whom I know have gone very well in network marketing. Because we've all come from that background, you know, myself and Lee. And what we all had to do in the past was work jolly hard. And our meetings and things took a huge effort. You know, like, and I kept saying to them, you've got to kill that idea, because that's what I thought when I first became part of the business. I thought, oh, here we go, you know. But I said, it's not like that. And all you've got to do is sign up 4 people on AutoShip, and that's it. And yeah, and I thought, and so that's the idea I think we're killing, that it's not like other multi-level marketing businesses that really do make you work hard. And so that might be where the three-way call comes in, Vanessa, where you can reinforce. Yeah, I can't hear you. What have I done?
No, that's me. We just say to people, I say all the time, the system will do the heavy lifting for you. Like the system does it. And so really what I'm looking for from you, I'm looking for these people that you just want to start sharing with, and I will help you process the order. I'll help you in the back end. If you are busy, I'll be on the call because you might have something on. You're going to send them that opportunity. I'll help you with the follow-up. Again, you need some form of hunger for, you know, a little bit of energy back. But once they have those 1 or 2 people in their back office, and those 1 or 2 people with a commission, we just activated a great friend in Canada, and she doesn't understand. She didn't know if she wanted to. She doesn't know anything. She's just been patching, and I just said, if you can start here's 1 or 2 things to share with people, and I would just drip feed her one thing to share. Listen, here's a script, here's a text. If you want to just share that, who are the 4 or 5 people you could even just text? And then she did it. She had 2 people interested. We got straight on a call. So the thing is, everything we're doing, you need to drip feed it. And I just said it on the call before, you've got to treat it like one ball at a time being handed to these people, especially when there's no hunger. But even when there is hunger, you want to pass the ball and wait for a ball to be passed back to you. And these can be really small, bite-sized, like, hey, who are those people that you know need this technology? And then see what they say. Can you just tell me 4 or 5 people, even as you're patching? Now, I'll model that on this call with you so that you see how we do it again. But it's really, you're just looking for who else needs this. And if you can have that person open up a new world to you, even if they still don't want to run, and they bring someone on that does want to, then that's another whole world of opportunity for you as well. So yeah, so that let's do a few, and you'll watch what I do with them, and just remind me to send you the script on that. But I'm excited.
Yes, I've just written it down. Yeah.
Perfect. That's awesome. And you do have, like, for example, you've got your son, so we definitely just need to, get on a call with him, and you can be on that too. But you've got some great people. It is just a matter of awakening them, and just keep adding more people to your tree and your binary, and out of 20 each side. That's the whole system. Is if you end up with 20 on the left, 20 on the right, that's 40 people. At least 20% of those people are going to run. And I want to always remind people on this call, we only had about 8 people sharing, maybe 12, and that 8 to 12 people personally sponsored over about month 3. That's when it kind of started to kick in for us in terms of business. At about from month 3 to month 8 or 9, those 8 to 12 personally enrolled people literally became 1,000 at that month 9. So that it is not, it's all about the numbers. Like, you just got to keep sharing, and you get those people in your binary. And while there's no energy yet for the runners, you only put a certain amount into them, and you just keep going for new people.
Yeah. Okay. Yep.
Yeah. I had a great question. I'd like to, just for the sake of the recording, I had a girl the other day talk about the energy going into helping one of her team, and how she's finding there's not enough time for new people. And so I just wanted to speak into that for a second at this manager to director, because once you hit manager, if you don't yet have anyone hungry, then keep your main energy around new sales and around new phone calls and around new invites to the opportunity events. If you do have someone hungry but is taking a lot of your time, we want to revisit the system. Like, why is it taking so much time? Why are they calling you 10 times a day? What I really want to teach is, what kind of questions are they calling you about? And what is it that you haven't yet duplicated? So if it's like questions around their back office, again, you've got to get to a point as a manager where, unless they're willing to watch the videos and actually had a video open while they're doing maybe one of the things they're not sure about in their back office, unless they're willing to watch those videos, you will have to put some boundaries in around how much help you give them without actually just sending them to the system. So anyone on this call have challenges with that? Anything going on for you around that? I mean, it doesn't sound like it, because you have a few people that are more about activating them, but I know 1 or 2 others that'll hear this call, they're finding the energy around some of those people a little hard. So we're just saying, work the system and make sure people have watched the trainings.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The thing I'd
One,
say too, though, Vanessa, is I'm just getting myself comfortable with that system, like with what we do, because
yeah,
in the early piece I didn't have a clue, and
yeah,
so I'm sort of, I feel, you know, that it was probably they all came on board far too early because they joined up the first or second day, and
never too early. It's never
it's
too
never
early.
too,
Don't worry. It's never too early.
okay.
But I would say and I'm happy to be recorded saying this, I did many of you a disservice because we onboarded so many people at once and we didn't work the system. And we really felt that once I went away. People like Sue were amazing, helping people. But there was a system and we just didn't push it at the same level that we now realize we're not going to ever scale and duplicate until we really do point people towards the system. But I do also feel like in the This Is It system for the Australian context, there was just a few missing pieces. We've always tried to fill in those missing pieces with team meetings, but now we have this boards app. It is going to be a game changer for even some of the even down to videos like why in Australia do we suggest a support patch in their auto ship. None of that's on This Is It team because it's an Australian context where people are not as quick to jumping into the business
Yeah,
sometimes. And
Mm.
so those kind of videos are going to be on the boards because we've recorded them all, but people just don't know where to find them. So we're really excited for what Tessa and her daughter Emma have created for everyone. And now as a dream team, we've just been able to already fill in some of those gaps. So I think now what will scale and what you guys will have to onboard people with is going to actually just take our businesses to the next level. So never too
Good.
early, but we will revisit everyone with some of this simplicity as well.
Good. Yep. Now we've got to just
Amazing.
get boards underway, and once we learn boards, we're laughing. But yeah,
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. So very excited about that. One other scenario I had that I wanted to speak about with manager is I have had once in a while someone I'm a manager or they have become a manager, but they just get a little weary of again maybe some of the conversations or how slow this is going for them. And I wanted to go down on record today and say, you know, one or two of these people that have just hit director and it's taken them 6 months to do it. Early days in this business, your time that you're investing is not equaling the money return. And that in a business like this is very normal for the first few months to not let the time invested equal the financial investment. So, for example, we're coaches. Our coaching cost per hour can range between $500 and $1,000 for coaching, depending on what people buy in the package. I remember calling Tessa, going, the hours I am investing into this business doesn't make sense to me if I'm going without like some coaching and I'm, so I'd call her up and she just would keep saying, Vanessa, just wait, build strong foundation. You will get to a point in this business where your 30 minutes invested into someone is about to give you a return in a few different ways. And we've just helped celebrate some friends in Canada get to director. Volume is coming in, one side quite strong for them, and they're now building their other side. And every single time they help someone on their inside leg put an order in, the nice thing is for 30 minutes of their time, not only are they helping that person, which doesn't give them a product introduction bonus, remember, that person gets the product introduction bonus. But now when one of their team cycles, they are getting 20% of that cycle, 25% if it's their first person enrolled, And because that leg is cycling, they're also getting $50 just because that person put an order in. And what you've got to remember in this business is until you start seeing what we call matching bonuses, you don't realize how your time will equal money quite fast in between that 3 to 6 month mark. And that is happening for a lot of people right now. So I do want to say and go down on record, it's time. Like, it's just time, and it's building these teams and it's building these layers. And before you know it, your phone call will equal $100 plus as that keeps growing and growing. Does that make sense? Any questions or comments around that?
It does, because I was thinking that too the other day. My goodness, the amount of time and the amount of money that's coming in, they're poles apart. However, everything you've got to start on the bottom rung, and the bottom rung is always low. You've got to build yourself up. So I just stopped myself there by saying, okay, you're on the bottom rung and you've got to build yourself up. So, and the only reason why I lost the momentum, because I pulled back, because you'd gone overseas and all, and I'm thinking, oh my gosh, I don't know what I'm doing. People they were saying to me, so what is the back? I haven't got a clue. Just let me find everything first. So that's when I pulled back and said, okay, I'm not doing any more recruiting till I get some of this under my, because like the other day on that 7-hour trip, I was talking to a lady about X39, and she sent me a text last night saying, oh, that was wonderful, and I really do believe you. So, and this is one who's already on my team, but one who was thinking of quitting. And I thought, if I can take her on a trip, we could, have a bit of fun, but we can also, I can just start, and she could see things. So I'm trying to, do it. I was doing it that way, but I feel much more confident. And so I'm ready to get back out there again. I'm going to get back into recruiting again. I realise that, because you need the fresh people coming in all the time.
You do. You really do. You need freshness. And if you find someone feeling a little cynical or a little like, I don't want to do this, one of the disciplines I ask people to do, apart from that, pouring some courage in and saying keep going, I do ask people to revisit the 10-step system in the This Is It team. And so that is a really important process, to go back and go, well, you have to tap into your why. I can't tap into that for you. And we can remind people and we can echo people's why. And that's why we've got to write their why down when they first share it, so that we remember. And sometimes we've got to echo back what they're forgetting. But I've had a few people ring up, frustrated, mad, whatever else. And I'm not going to put energy into that. I'm not going to call them up and try and convince them otherwise. I'm going to say to them, I'd like you to circle back on that 10-step process, go back through every video, read every word of the 10-step. And if you don't know where that is, I'll quickly show it to you right now, just for the purpose of recording again. And it makes people mad sometimes. It makes them more mad, right? But I'm not going to chase people in this business. I'm going to pour some courage in, but I'm going to actually ask them, not just because I don't want to be the hero to someone around this. I want the system to invite them back into the process. Because if I spend my energy trying to convince someone, then someone else won't get my energy. And I have 10 hours in my week that I will tap the deepest roots of someone's system till they're senior director. But if someone's more negative and just having a bad day, I'll remind them why they came into it. But I'm asking them to do this. So people will say things to me like, I've run out of contacts. I don't know where to go next. I don't know, I've run out of leads, whatever that moment of negativity might be. And it's normal. It's not like I'm accusing them, because that's normal. Like, we all have that frustration. But I
Mm.
ask them first before we get on a call, if I'm going to commit to an encouraging call to them, 15, 30 minutes of investment of my time as a leader, I'm going to ask them to do this page first again. So I ask
Yeah.
them to go back to their why. I ask them to go back to their goals. I ask them to go back to their commitments. I ask them to refresh their list. I ask them to look at who we can both talk to. And then I talk to them about counseling their upline, and I get them to read this. So really, when they say it's not working, basically what they're really saying is the system's not working, but the system is working. We've just got to work the system. And so I
Yeah.
don't want to get on a call and just be encouraging. I want to make sure there's tools in their hand so that they can go back feeling empowered. So that would be an encouragement as well, just to go on record for anyone once they're manager moving towards director. Again, just look where your energy goes and let the system re-energize people, not just you as a person. Try and always be lifting the energy of a person.
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
Good point. Got it down? Yep.
Awesome. All right. Well, we are going to press stop on this recording.